We are live, Anabolic Talk Radio, episode 3, guys. Trace. Okay, so today's episode is about overtraining and under-recovering. This is a huge topic, and I hear it talked about so often, and I think it's fucking goofy as hell. But we're going to go over some things, and I hope you guys can either agree or disagree, but leave a comment and let us know what you think. Okay? Anyways, moving forward, we have 3 questions that we're going to go over. I'm going to ask the questions, and Fielder's going to answer, and then I'm going to answer like always. First question right here is nutrition macro timing. When should we be hitting our fats, our carbs, and our proteins during the course of the day? What do you think, buddy?
Oh, man. Obviously, everybody's a little bit different, but, we're talking primarily to the bodybuilding crowd here. So, fats are optimal first thing in the morning and end of the night. I don't think you should have fats pre or post workout. I think that's absolutely horrid for you. It's going to do nothing but, slow your digestion. So, and that's kind of, you want things to kind of be moving slower, in the beginning of the day or first thing, like as you're sleeping. Think of it like a casein protein, right? So you'd rather have a slow digesting protein in you to end the night, and that's pretty much what fats do. They just get things moving a little bit slower.
I agree. What about carbs and protein?
Yeah. Well, carbs and protein. That's a bodybuilder's bread and butter. So you're going to stay with the carbs and keep protein usually the same. Like usually most of us, right there, pro or under, right before turning pro, anywhere from 8 to 10 ounces seems to be the golden ticket. And so that's going to remain pretty much the same unless overnight you turn 300 pounds and you need to make a serious adjustment. But for the most part, and then carbs. I like to use the analogy of like a throttle. So I'm using carbs to throttle everything. So if I'm trying to gain weight, I'm increasing carbs. If I'm trying to lose weight, I'm decreasing carbs. That is as simple as my shred or any shred should be. Because fats, even in your off season, should be really above 50. So if thinking about it like that is so much better than over confusing everything.
Absolutely, I agree. I like to look at it as a pie chart myself, percentages and stuff like that. Half of your intake should be carbs, almost half the other half of your intake should be protein, and a small sliver, 15% of your intake should be fats. It's pretty simple. That's why every calorie counter uses a pie chart. You're going to see it. Every calorie counter that I've ever used, whether it's an app or a website, usually it's an app, they use the percentage of a pie chart, and it's so simple to use, and it's a great idea. But what I like to chime in about macros and timing and stuff like that, and it's such a great thing to talk about because I as a coach, I do it all the time, and I love talking about this stuff, but I'll keep it short and sweet. Fats in the morning, fats at night. Why? Okay? Slower digestive fats at night so you don't go catabolic overnight, so you can, have food slowly digestive overnight. Casein before bed, like Fielder was saying, great idea. Awesome. There's a lot of good casein proteins out there from some reputable companies. You guys can check them out if you don't know what it is. It is a slow 12-hour release protein powder. That's what casein protein is. Now, moving forward, carbs and protein. Okay? Fats, by the way, when I was talking about casein protein at night, adding fats to the protein is what I was trying to say, like peanut butter, ground beef, stuff like that. Anyways, carbs and protein now. Carbs should be even throughout the day, very balanced until your pre and post meal. Okay? You want to kind of load a little bit more on your pre and post meal, especially post. Why? Because you don't want to get bloated before you work out. I'm an anomaly. I don't know what as Fielder knows, I eat right Literally, my last bite of meal, I walk into the gym and
It's
start working
absurd.
out.
It's absurd. I could never do that in a million years. I literally got to at least an hour before I actually work out, minimum. Or else it's just coming up in the form of acid or all types of shit, making me kind of more nauseous than it
Yeah.
normally would be. Yeah.
It's so weird that I'm able to do that. I'm able to just stomach that shit, get right into the intensity. But anyway, so carbs pretty even, pre and post, raise them. Now sugars. I think any type of sugars. Now carbs turn into sugars and glucose within the body, but don't want sugar throughout the day until your pre or post meal. That's why the whole candy before a workout or the Rice Krispie before or after workout is so popular because it's that sugar and carbs spiking your insulin levels, which is going to help with gains, shuttling nutrients throughout the body. So if you guys are like, oh, I need some sugar, base it around your workout. Have some fucking discipline. Okay, if you need those Sour Patch Kids, eat it right after the gym as you're walking out. Get that glucose spike and move on with your day and be good for the rest of the day. You got your little snacky snack, you fucking child. Anyways, that's all I gotta say about nutrition and shit. Protein should be even throughout the day, and it should be measured by your BMI, not your weight. So if I weigh 275 pounds like I do now, I'm not going to eat 600 and whatever grams of protein that equals. I'm going to go by my BMI, which is actually 220 pounds. So 2 grams per pound of body weight, but BMI, 220 plus 220 is 440. So that should be my protein intake. That's how I like to do things. I don't know how other coaches like to do things. Works for me. I'm a pretty big boy, but everybody's different. Moving on to the next question. Muscle memory and how fast you can lose it and how fast you can gain it back. Let's hear it.
Oh shit. I mean, don't be. This is my thing. I only think of muscle memory in one sense, really, and it's pretty stupid. But anyway, so there's actually two ways to look at it, right? So there's muscle memories in terms of, okay, you're on a blast, you're killing it, you do a cleanup phase, and then you're able to bounce back pretty quick because your body has already been to that level of size, musculature, etc. That's one way. But there's also, I like to look at it for my own personal gains in the gym of saying, you know what? I'm never gonna touch anything but a 45. So I have to think about like never putting 25s on the bar because I don't want my body to remember that shit.
That
So
muscle memory is gonna
45.
remember that bitch ass shit.
No bitch ass shit here. So
Yeah, dude.
yeah, anything that really fucking helps hype you up. I mean, obviously, if you're really struggling, you can't do a 45 increment. I mean, fuck you. I'm like, god damn, like do a instead maybe try to shoot for like a 25 count on whatever it is that you can do. Just go, and then finally when you think you just keep up in them reps, and then finally when you're ready to break through, at least get 10 on the next 45-pound increment. That's how you should look at it.
Said by a big boy him fucking self. I like it. Alright, so what do I gotta say about muscle memory? Pretty much everything he said. Completely agree. Okay? The little bit I'd like to add to that is, and it's really cool because I don't feel like this is chatted about too much, and I think you're going to agree with me, Fielder. People that grow up doing sports, gymnastics for women is really predominant of what I'm talking about. But somebody like me who grew up who did mountain biking, soccer, baseball, I was always doing some type of sport, always riding my motorcycle, not motorcycle, but my bicycle. I was always moving. I was always in good shape. I was always playing soccer. That set my foundation as a child into my adult life. And when I got out of high school, I got away from the gym for a couple of years. And sports, not the gym. I should say sports. And I had maintained a pretty good physique, but I got a little fluffy. But when I did decide to work out, my body responded immediately. I mean, I got big muscles within 3 years of lifting, naturally. From age 20 to 23, the dramatic change was astronomical. Why? My personal opinion is muscle memory from growing up as an athlete and creating that type of body from a young age. And then when I did decide to take advantage of it after taking a 3 to 4 year hiatus, I think, or something like that, my body responded immediately. So to answer
What was
this
your age?
question,
What was your age around then?
when I started working out or when I
Yeah,
stopped?
yeah, both. Like,
So I stopped really working out at 18, and then I started taking working out serious at 21, 22. But I started working out at 20, but it was very lackadaisical. It was very beginnerish. I didn't know
gotcha.
what I was doing. Nutrition was poopy. Not until about a year of me doing it, while I was like watching Jay Cutler videos. I got my first personal training certificate. You know, then I was like, all right, I know some shit, and I'm taking this shit next level. People are noticing me. I got my first gym membership at age 21 at 24 Hour Fitness. Wasn't working out in my dad's basement anymore. So about 3 years, 18 to 21. I'd always been active, which led to my body always being a hyper responder, I guess you could call it, because I built that foundation from a young age. And so muscle memory plays into that really hardcore. Because people are always like, how did you get so big so easily? And it's like, I think it goes further down, like, to a young age, rather than, oh, I just work out really hard and I have for a couple years. No, I like built a foundation as a young man, young, playing sports, and it helped me build into this now, you know. Obviously, genetics play a big part. I'm a fucking European fucking powerhouse. My whole family's from Europe and like Anglo-Saxon, Nordic type blood. So Irish, I think, is in there too. So we're just built for throwing rocks at people, big rocks, and swinging hammers and axes. Anyways, last question, bro. Is sugar bad for you? Last question. Question number 3. Is sugar bad for you?
it
And we're
kind of tied
talking
into the
any
kind
type
of.
of sugar.
Mhm. Yeah, it kind of ties into that previous one, like when you should have sugar, right?
Right.
Because we're talking about carbs, but really you don't need sugar, so don't use sugar if you don't need to. And if you do, there's so many natural alternatives like fruit. That's just straight up. That's natural sugar, straight, and it's good. You don't have to be one of those people that literally eats an entire bag of gummies intra workout, which I am. You could accuse me of that. I've done that for a lot, actually too many times, and I've had even worse, habits like eating a Big Mac before workout every day. But mostly, you can have the cluster dextrin or whatever it's, the actual carb. It has like potato mix and all this. It's more of a complex carb powder. But yeah, stay away from the Gatorades. Stay away from all that extra processed sugar. It's nothing. We were talking about cancer the other week and how sugar feeds that shit so well. And if you're already predispositioned to some type of potential spike up if you're just smacking and blasting bunches of exogenous amounts of steroids. So just be safe, guys. Don't do what you don't need to do. Don't take the easy way out. Yeah, it's easy to throw some gummies back or a Rice Krispie treat, but let's play it safe. Let's stay alive.
I agree. So to kind of shine light on that, on my perspective, he's completely right. You want to grow and stay healthy. You want to check your glucose levels, and what's really going to spike those levels is your sugar intake. Now, remember, carbs hit the pancreas within the body, and that turns straight into glucose, which is the sugar. So you got to keep in mind, there's other ways of getting sugar in the body. Like you said, there's fruit. That's great. That's perfect. If you feel like your blood sugar's low, eat a banana and a little bit of peanut butter. Boom, you're good. Now keep in mind, peanut butter's got a lot of fat in it, so base it correctly throughout your day. So if you're at the beginning of your day, eat some peanut butter, eat a banana, get your carbs in you, get your protein in you. You know, it's good to get good sugars in you. It's not a bad thing. Bad sugars or processed sugars, they're doing nothing for you. Okay, they're literally doing nothing for you. So this question they ask us: is sugar bad? Yes and no. No, sugar is not bad for you because your body turns carbs into sugar, and that's what powers your brain, powers your muscles, powers your whole fucking body.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I was thinking I should have been more clear. Processed sugar.
Processed sugar is the bad guy. You know, you got two sides. You got the angel and the demon. It's sugar and processed sugar. You know, two sides of the same blade. But anyways, moving forward. Moving forward, we're going into our topic of the day: overtraining and under recovering, bro.
Huge topic.
Dude.
And half of you pansy fuckers don't do this correctly, so
No,
you might want to
man.
actually pay attention to this.
They get it. So many people get it twisted. You know, like they act like they think they're overtraining, and then they look behind the scenes, what happens outside of the gym, and then they realize, oh, I don't sleep very good. Oh, I eat 2 meals a day, and I don't even eat pre and post workout meals. You know, so your nutrition's off and your sleep's off. Of course, your lifting's gonna be off. You're not even lifting to your optimal fucking. It ain't the training; it's your recovery, right?
Or they're doing or they're just plowing through 7 days a week of it, and this are for even seasoned athletes who never seem to break through to the next threshold of maturing their physique. Right? It's because they're doing 7 days a week, and even on their off day, that their so-called one off day, they're still smacking cardio and one other muscle group. Yeah, it's okay to occasionally do this, but to do this your entire bodybuilding career or for years at a time, hell no, not okay.
Human, guys.
It's not good.
You're still human, and you need to heal at some point. So once again, talking about a double-edged sword. Yeah, you're probably not overtraining, but there are people that do overtrain and need to take, you know.
Another Mulan, bro. Remember, she splits it, and she.
No, I don't think I've seen Milan since I was a fucking.
Oh God.
Fucking so super young, dude. Like maybe.
Hey, y'all out there know what I'm talking about. Let me hear it in the chat if you remember that shit.
I don't know. I have no idea what he's talking about. Maybe y'all can send me a link or something in the comments. But yeah, man, overtraining. So something I also like to shine light on is people that put. All right, so we work out really fucking hard. Me and Fielder work out 5 to 6 days a week, every fucking week. This week was 5 days. Next week's gonna be 6. The week after that's gonna be 5. We do 5-6 split every other week, which is Fielder's idea. Great fucking idea, my guy. It's gonna allow us to grow and get those little bits of rest, which at this point we need, bro. We're getting wrecked.
Yeah. I mean, what did we just do this last leg day, right? We did a full rack with band. And I was like, okay, the nervous system needs to be able to mellow out and fucking fix itself, and you know, before you re-go and attack another muscle group, you know.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Like, it don't matter if you could train legs and train arms, and you're still not going to grow your arms because your legs are requiring so much recovery, and your central nervous system is so fucking taxed. Your body is just going to be trying to repair itself instead of putting nutrients and stuff where it needs to go.
So this is coming from a bodybuilding standpoint.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, obviously, cyclists, MMA guys. I mean, even they need rest at whenever they need rest. But those sports tend to I know those guys are super obsessed. They never get to hop off the bike, right? Mm-hmm. So it's what it is.
I feel like if you're an MMA fighter, you're jogging every day, you're sparring 8 hours a day, that's a different type of training, right? We're talking about building ridiculous amounts of muscle that you so much muscle that you go to the doctor and the doc's like, you are clinically obese with muscle, which is the thing, guys. I go to the doctor and I am literally, my BMI is so high that I am literally clinically, I am diagnosed as obese. Yeah, me. Well, with abs, right? It's because my body is carrying too much muscle. Now, that is the point. That's what we want to get to. Hold on, make sure that this doesn't fall over because I know this mic is a little touchy. The point for a bodybuilder is to build as much muscle and as much symmetry on the frame so you can display it whether on stage or on the beach, whatever you end up doing. A true bodybuilder gets on stage at some fucking point. You can't even consider yourself a bodybuilder if you don't, in my opinion. But whatever, I don't need to be that guy like, meh, whatever. Labels are stupid. But no, anyway, so I forgot what I was saying.
I mean, essentially, you're just going into, under recovering.
Yeah. Yeah, I completely lost track of my mind.
You lost your train of thought?
I completely lost
it, man.
It was like...
But yeah, guys, it's, get your rest days in, 1 to 2 days a week. If you're one of those who you just get clinically depressed if you don't hit the gym every day, maybe you spawn it out like me and Devin do, so you get a good extra rest day every other week, on top of your normal rest day, so 2 rest days a week. And just play it safe. We're all trying to grow, we're all trying to get massive, which, I mean, this is the most efficient way to do it, and your joints will respect you for it. They won't disrespect you for it.
I just remembered, that reminded me what I was going to say. So, like I was saying with the fighters, their type of training is very endurance-based, all-day training. With a bodybuilder, we're trying to build dramatic muscles, so there's more of a strategic come at it, Food, you have to stop to eat. If you're training for 4 hours, you got to stop and eat between those. So you got to split up your training now. Not only that...
No, you don't just smack a little Cliff Bar and get on your way.
No, fuck no. No, you're not that's a bicycler type shit, That's a jogger type shit. No, we have to allow it to digest, take our digestive enzymes, wait for it to hit the body, then get back into the workout. We have to work out a certain way and rest between sets so we can get the most out of our set without going into it while we're winded, because oxygen is what we need into the muscles, and if we're lacking, if we're like, and we go into our set and we don't give enough time, we're not going to get the most out of the set, and then we're going to compromise gains. What I'm trying to say is when it comes to bodybuilding, there is a much more better way to go at it with your type of training and compared to other types of training for muscular endurance, because we're trying to build big muscles. And so what that ties in with the overtraining and under recovering is that if you want to grow big muscles, you can't train like an MMA guy. You got to train optimally for a bodybuilder. Work your ass off for an hour and a half. Take optimal rests. Make sure your body's chilling. Eat. Train again later in the day. Chill. Eat. Do cardio later or in the morning. I mean, split it up. You can train all day for fucking tons of hours, but you gotta split it up correctly and then sleep correctly. And then the reason why you're splitting it up is so you can eat correctly. So there's a lot that goes into that overtraining, under recovering type thing. And people seem to think they're overtraining. It's like, bitch, you haven't even hit the fucking 50% threshold of what you're fucking capable of, bitch. Shut the fuck up. Makes me so mad.
For real.
And then they'll get a session with me, and then I push them to the fucking next level. Anyways, what were we saying?
No, I'll say this transitions into other forms of recovery, like our boy Aaron over there at E-Recovery. Yeah, it's really important just to make sure you're getting maybe your soft tissue, deep tissue, And I have severely neglected this throughout the years, but it really makes a difference on your joints, man. Your joints, any type of little impingements you might have, it really helps correct those. Like I had a massive lump in my calf, and I was for some reason my calves are super hyper responsive, but I haven't been able to grow them because I haven't been able to get that much range of motion because I've had such a knot in one. So was able to release the knot. Now I'm able to start smacking, getting my extreme full range of motion like I like, and now they're responding. So there's other means of recovery too. So imagine if you're hitting all the nails on the head, right? You're getting your maybe 1 to 2 rest days. You're going crazy in the gym. You're breaking PRs. You're getting your soft tissue, deep tissue massage, your ART, corrective massage. And then on top of that, maybe you're getting adjustments too. Maybe some liquid IV too. Get some extra glutathione and recovery agents in there. But aside from what's already in your diet, you could make some serious progress in less than a year. 7 weeks. You can make some killer progress. So, I mean, think about it, guys. Try it just try it. Whenever you get a chance, try it. You'll go literally crazy with the amount of gains that you get. And you won't ever go back unless you're a brokey. And you can't afford this shit, which I do understand because bodybuilding, with bodybuilding, food does take up a lot of money unless you are a fucking hustler. So get your shit together, guys, and get everything you need.
Here's the thing with that, guys. We're going to veer off topic for a second. And I love that he just brought this up. Because this is a huge thing that I talk about with my younger clients. I've worked with hundreds and hundreds of people over the years. And a lot of them have been younger. And I'm one of those coaches that will manipulate my price. Because it's not about the money for me, usually. I really like helping people. Especially if I jive with you. Odds are I'm going to throw a huge discount at you and make sure you get the results you want. And no matter what, seeing you getting results is what's going to repay me. Not my pocketbook, but just, my passion for the sport, so to speak. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is this younger generation jumps headfirst into bodybuilding, and their pocketbooks and their income is not able to withstand it, and they are low-key ruining their lives. And this is a shaky subject, I get it. Like, how are they ruining their lives if they're in the gym bettering their lives? Well, you can still go to the gym and not break your wallet over it, Like a gym membership is one thing, but then there's a gym membership, and then there's PEDs, and then there's going to shows, then there's paying for a coach, and then there's paying for the recovery with a personal recovery coach like that we were just talking about. Mm-hmm. I mean, it goes down the line. Multiple gym memberships now. Now we're going into supplements like whey protein, pre-workout, branched chain aminos. Oh my gosh. Now we're going into vitamins. Now we're going into paying for all the food. Okay? Ooh. Shit, dude, that is a lot of money for a young blood who's just getting into the lifestyle. My opinion, and I've given this opinion to my younger guys, get your life together, get your income together, get all that nice and lined up perfectly for you to enjoy bodybuilding the way it should be. Because you struggling in life, and that is only going to make you struggle in bodybuilding, and everything's just going to be like, So look at it as steps.
Hey, good luck trying to find a girl too that's going to put up with that, you being broke and not giving her that time of day too, because you're so focused on yourself. So keep that in mind too.
So true. So fucking true. And I know this personally because when I first jumped into bodybuilding, head first, age 23, after I'd been lifting for a couple years, girls liked me, but they didn't want to date me. And I was always like, bitch, what? Like, I bring a lot to the table. No, it's my lifestyle. All my money went towards bodybuilding. All my time went to the gym. I would work all day, then I'd have to go to the gym, and then I'd have to go to bed at a certain time to recover. So I couldn't stay out late and go party. or I couldn't stay up late and watch a movie and snuggle, which I would sometimes. But I would definitely be like, hey, I got to work in the morning and I got to get 8 hours of sleep. And now I'm missing out on an opportunity. But here's the other side of that, bro. If you are so fucking driven and you're willing to give up that, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna little golf clap at that. Like, if you're willing to give up pussy for your fucking goals, to be jacked and to get on stage and to be the best version of yourself, there is something to be fucking said about that, bro. Right? Where you can look at a cute bitch in the face and be like, hey, I'd love to come over there and smash, but I think I'm gonna get some sleep because it's chest day tomorrow and I gotta work all day.
Oh, that's so real, bro.
It is.
Oh man, that's so real. I would tip my hat and I'd get a full. I mean, I don't follow too many people on Instagram. I'd actually make sure if I seen someone do it, I'd follow them.
I'm like, oh god damn, I could feel that. That is like a fucking that's a vibe. It's like, hell yeah, dude. Nothing against women. Women deserve they deserve a lot of things. I'm just saying, coming from a driven standpoint where the guy is making a decision to follow his dreams rather than give it his time towards a woman. I admire that. Nothing against women though, guys. Not talking shit on women. Women, I put women on a pedestal. I do. I worship women. They're great. They run the world, okay? They run my world a little too much. Anyways, we don't need to talk about that. All right, man. So we talked about our topic of the day, episode 3, overtraining, under-recovering. We pretty much hit, as you said, all the nails on the head with that. If you guys have any questions, shoot us a message on our Instagrams or leave a message on YouTube where we post this shit, okay? But moving forward, to kind of do a pre-conclusion of this episode, the Italy Pro that just went down a week ago. I think that was a week ago, right?
Yeah, it was just last weekend.
Yeah, fucking Nathan took that shit home. Took it away from Grimes.
A little grimy.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, man. Nathan is unbelievable, and I kind of always thought of Nathan like the heel, like the villain, because he kind of just comes out of nowhere and takes everything always. Like, I was the biggest Rolly Winkler fan, and right before he had that shoulder surgery, he did a couple of shows that previous year, and Nathan just was like show jacking him at like 2 or 3 different shows, and I was like, how you gonna do my boy Rolly like that? But yeah, he's a fucking dragon slayer, man. He's crazy, and you know, I'm actually a bigger Regan fan than I am of Nathan, but I have a newfound respect for Nathan Diasha because he looked amazing. And when everybody's goal is to beat you because they know you're coming just to win as many pro shows as you can, because I think he has 10. He just got his 10th pro victory, and I don't think he's even late 30s yet. I think he's early 30s. So, man. He already got the resume, bro. He could retire now and be remembered. Except, obviously, he's not going to have the glory of the Olympia because as many times as he's qualified, he doesn't really ever. Last time he made it to the Olympia, I think he did it once. I think he got 6th place.
Yep, I remember that. That was in like 2019.
He didn't look that good, but I mean, in comparison, if you're just to put it up to an average pro. He looks phenomenal. He looks absolutely phenomenal. He has one of those frames that's a wide taper, like, you know, so he has that torso that's a little bit, like, the ab section is a little bit longer than his lats start higher.
Yeah, he's got that long-ass fucking torso.
Yeah, and it's a lot different than Regan, and if you're watching the comparison, Regan has, like, a perfect X-frame, perfect symmetrical. He's he has that really pretty muscle. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, he's very dense too, yeah.
Yeah, and like, there's something about when somebody fills out a wide taper, it hits different. Because not a lot of people have that. Like, I think the last person who had a killer wide taper, what was that full name? He was the German guy in the 90s, the Wolf.
The Wolf?
Dennis, the Wolf.
Yeah, Dennis Wolf.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Big old
Dennis
white
Wolf.
boy.
He had the same white taper frame, and he looked absurd in his prime.
That was a
Absurd.
big dude. Dude, that guy looked insane. You know, I've met him. He's a super cool dude. He is like a quarter of the size he used to be now.
It's all respect though. You know, he still got those abs. I was watching some updates. He has a full 6-pack still.
Yeah, he does, and he's like all vascular, and he looks good, bro.
Yeah. Well, he looks better than Dorian. Dorian is you can tell he's in great health, but like that midsection, he's a blew out. So it's just like it's like a block, even though it's hard and shredded, like with his old age.
I feel like that's how I'm gonna be, bro. I'm gonna have that like big old blocky midsection. I already have it. It's from, you know what it is? It's from PEDs, dude. It's from insulin and growth. It's gotta be, because I never had this until I started throwing that shit in.
Well, it also next threshold eating. It's different than eating 5 ounces of meat or 6 ounces of meat in your men's physique days versus 10 ounces to 15 ounces of meat, and then going to train and you're having all this expansion and you're pressing up and or pressing against your abdominal wall a lot. Yeah, it's naturally going to get bigger. But I guarantee your last show, your waist was a little bit bigger, but you came in a lot bigger too. It's not like you were extremely depleted. You know what I mean? So I don't. You do have a big waist, but if you really want it, like say you put all the size on that you're trying to for this next year's show, I think you could diet that waist down still and look terrific. And
I'm gonna keep manipulate it, but yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, and keep all that mass on the upper body and the legs. That's 100%, bro. I wouldn't roll your waistline out yet. You're still young, bro.
Did you see that picture I posted today of my last update for the bulk?
I haven't checked it out yet. You want to hold it up to the screen real quick?
Oh, sure. Yeah, so today, for watchers, today is my last day of the bulk, just for health reasons. I could keep going, but my glucose is really high, and my blood pressure is pretty fucking high. So I decided to cut it short, and I'm going to go into a health phase, and I'm going to focus on just trying to lower my glucomic.
This is what a good training partner does. He basically is letting me catch up. Because that's all he's doing, yeah. I've been like, the other week he did, what was it, 150 for 26 reps? Or 16 reps, what was it?
150 for 26 reps. 28
reps. 26. I got the 150s for like 6 or 7 with help. It was pathetic. So now, as my PEDs are coming up, his are coming down. Hopefully I can cover a little bit more ground now. That way when he comes back, we're somewhere here.
I hope so, bro. I hope for the best.
Man.
But here's that picture. It's hard to see in this. Yeah, you can't really tell. But 276, guys. I'm clocking out at 276. The weight's going to start going down a little bit. Obviously, I'm still going to keep weight training heavy and going hard, trying to keep up with this guy. So I don't plan on stepping away from the intensity, but I do know water retention's going to go a little away because I'm pulling out NPP and I'm stepping away from insulin and I'm lowering my growth hormone. So water retention and recovery is going to go down. So thus, a little bit of explosive power is going to go down. On paper, that's what's going to happen. But maybe. Who knows if maybe I keep growing.
You'll be surprised. It takes a while for it to really leave. And once it leaves, that's when it's hard to, it takes a little bit for it to all come back.
Right.
But I think you'll be fine for a good month at least.
I think so too. And I'm only doing this for 4 to 6 weeks. So I should be good. And plus I'm still running Primo at 300 to 400 mgs a week with my 250 mgs a week test. So I'm keeping that nitrogen retention high. I'm staying anabolic. guys, I don't recommend this. For all our watchers, I do not recommend running Primo while you cruise, but you know what? I'm willing to do that. Okay? I'm not recommending it, but I'm willing to do it so I can have an edge on my off season, and while I'm trying to get my health phase together, it is a low side effect anabolic. So that's why I decided to do it. There's no aromatization into, I believe it's a 19 Noir is what it's called. There's no aromatization into estrogen and stuff like that. So if anything, it's going to help me kind of stay away from taking AIs, so I can lower my liver enzymes and stuff like that, which are probably a little high as well.
Yeah, Remedex will do that. We'll definitely raise it. If you're on if you're on a Remedex daily every other day, 3 times a week, I guarantee your liver is feeling it. And if you don't believe me, just test it. Check your blood and then stop it for a good month, and you will just with that one variable, and you'll notice your liver enzymes get way better. But be careful, because the bitch tits will be coming for you.
Yes, and I used to get them, and I stepped on stage in 2019 with the most poofiest. I could feed a village without poofing my goddamn nipples. It was so embarrassing.
Oh shit, bro.
All right,
I've had a few.
Yeah, I mean it's the prolactin, bro. It's the prolactin. You got to throw in those compounds to help with that shit. Anyways, we can talk about that at a later date. But right now we're going We're going to talk about some movies. So we're wrapping up our episode with most manliest movies to watch for pre-workout. We love this because we talk about this shit all the fucking time. I'm going to name some movies that I personally like that I know he fucking likes. And I want you guys to leave in the comments your favorite manly pre-workout movie. Ooh, I just thought of a good one that's not on here. The Dark Knight Rises. The first one.
Oh, the first one with the what's his name? The real Joker.
No, before that one.
Heath Ledger?
That's the second one. That's Dark Knight.
No, that's the first one, right?
No, the first one is The Dark Knight Rises with Ra's al Ghul or whatever, that his trainer, and how he
the old man. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that's
Batman Begins.
The Batman Begins. There it is. Yeah. Rise is the one that you're talking about. All right, I was getting the names beat up. Both of those movies are amazing. All right, so here's the list, guys.
If you guys, in the comment section, let us hear what your favorite, pre-workout movies are, or if you like to just go on YouTube and type in like best scenes of, just to kind of get you hyped up.
Yes. Yes.
We'd love to hear it, even if it's anime. I don't really care, man. I love some dope ass shit.
Hell yeah, anime is awesome. So, but these are just sci-fi / like action movies. Fielder gave this one Wanted. It's a good one. My favorite one is 300, dude. 300. Oh my god. This is so good.
Dude, have you ever watched did you watch the creations of that? Like Gerard Butler talk about how that scene, like it was almost like a whisper at first, and then he kept playing around with it, and then he that was not scripted for him to do that, to say it like that with a scream.
It ended up being
he said he got a standing applause from the cast. That's how epic it was. I was like, oh shit.
I believe it, dude. That movie is the most fucking hype movie ever. Today we dine in hell. Oh god, so good. Predator 1 with Arnold. Riddick, Chronicles of Riddick, Pitch Black, fucking dope. I like Chronicles a little bit more. That's me and fucking Fielder's favorite movies right there. Pain and Gain.
Favorite movie of all time.
What was that?
That's my favorite movie of all time. All time.
Dude, it's so good.
Riddick.
It's so good. Pain and Gain, Die Hard, the first one. Fuck yeah. Rocky, 1, 2, 3, 4. Other than that, I don't really.
Yes.
None of the other ones. Braveheart.
No Creed in there.
No Creed. Braveheart.
Oh, Braveheart. Hell yeah.
God, it's so good. Whoop. And lastly, Rambo. Love that shit. All the Rambos are good, dude. All of them. They're all phenomenal.
Did you see the newest one? Where
Fuck
like he's taking care of some girl and she gets like like jacked up.
Yeah, bro, she died.
And he's like, yeah, he's living on a ranch or something. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, she's his niece.
Yeah. Yeah.
And his whole family's pretty much dead, and she's the last living legacy of basically his bloodline. They're related somehow. I don't think they're blood related. I think he was like, I don't know.
He just helped taking care of he was cool with her family. And he was like kind of like a uncle godfather type figure.
Something like that. Yeah.
Something like that.
Right. I can't.
I saw it. It's been a while.
That movie is so fucking dope, dude. Like,
what about Baki, bro?
Baki, yes. Baki Hanma. That's some good shit. Well, guys, we just closed in on our time. We like to keep this around 45 minutes or so. We're at 46 minutes. Please leave a comment, share, like. We're really trying to get this out here. The more this gets bigger, the more we can make this better for all of you. Okay? So help us, help you. And we just do this to kind of give you guys some info. And we have fun doing this shit. We talk about it all the time. We're in the gym. We're coming up with ideas. We're just having fun, man. I hope you guys enjoy it. We don't want to hurt feelings, but at the same time, fuck your feelings. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. Yeah. Shooter.
All right, guys. Have a good one. Peace.
Peace.